Let me ask you something, honestly. How many of your colleagues do you think are living paycheck to paycheck right now? Not struggling exactly, still going to work, still paying their rent, still looking fine on the outside, but deep down, one missed salary away from a real problem. If I had to guess, and I've been there myself, I'd say more than half. And the reason isn't laziness. It isn't stupidity. It's that nobody ever sat down with us and explained how debt actually works in the Gulf. Not in school, not at work, not at home. That's what this video is for. The first thing you need to understand is that debt in the Gulf is not the same as debt anywhere else in the world. In most countries, if you can't pay your loan, the bank chases you. It's stressful, yes, but you still get your salary. You still have income coming in. Here, your salary may go directly to the bank first. Many Gulf banks, especially in Oman, the UAE, and Saudi Arabia, have something called a salary assignment. When you sign a loan, you're often signing an agreement that your employer pays your salary directly into your loan account. The bank takes what it's owed, and you get whatever's left. That changes everything. It means the stakes are higher. It means a missed payment isn't just a fine or a bad credit mark. It can mean your account gets frozen, you lose access to your own money, and suddenly you can't pay your rent, your groceries, your kids' school fees. This is why debt management in the Gulf isn't just a nice-to-have skill, it's survival. Here's how most people end up in serious trouble, and it usually starts innocently. You get your first job. The bank offers you a personal loan, maybe to buy a car, or help your family back home, or just because you needed it and they offered it. You sign, you manage. Then life happens. A wedding, a medical bill, a family emergency. You need more. You take another loan, or a credit card, or a cash advance. Before you know it, you have 3 debt obligations coming out of one salary. And that salary was already not enough. Here's the trap that most people don't see coming: the minimum payment illusion. You think you're managing because you're making the minimum payments every month. But minimum payments on most Gulf loans are structured so that you're mostly paying interest, not the principal. The actual debt, the number that matters, barely moves. You can be paying a loan for 5 years and still owe almost everything you borrowed. That is not an accident. That is how the product is designed. Okay, so what do you actually do about it? I want to give you a real strategy, not a motivational poster, not a generic tip about cutting coffee, a real plan. Step 1. Know exactly what you owe. This sounds obvious, but most people don't actually know. They know roughly. They know it's a lot, but they don't sit down and write out every debt, the exact balance, the exact monthly payment, and the exact interest rate. Do that this week. One piece of paper or one spreadsheet. Total it up. Face it honestly. I know that moment feels terrible. It's uncomfortable. But you cannot fight what you refuse to look at. Step 2. Stop the bleeding before you pay anything extra. Before you throw extra money at your debt, you need to make sure you're not creating new debt at the same time. No new credit cards. No new loans. No buy now, pay later purchases that feel small but add up. Plug the hole first. Step 3. Pick a method and commit. There are 2 proven approaches. The first is called the avalanche method. You pay minimum on everything, then throw every extra rial or dirham at the loan with the highest interest rate. Mathematically, this saves you the most money. The second is the snowball method. You pay off the smallest debt first, regardless of interest rate. This one is psychologically powerful. You get a win early. You feel momentum. For a lot of people, especially those who've been stuck for years, that emotional momentum matters more than the math. Neither method is wrong. The right one is the one you'll actually stick to. Now, I want to speak specifically to those of you for whom the nature of the debt also matters, not just the amount. Many of us took conventional bank loans because it was the only option available at the time, or because we didn't fully understand the distinction. There's no shame in that. But if you're actively choosing new financial products going forward, it's worth knowing that Islamic alternatives exist. murabaha, ijara, and other Sharia-compliant structures are now offered by most major Gulf banks, and in many cases, the rates are comparable. The difference isn't just religious. Sharia-compliant structures are often more transparent about total cost, less likely to compound in unexpected ways, and more aligned with how most Gulf professionals actually think about money. If you're renegotiating or refinancing debt, it's worth asking your bank specifically about their Islamic finance desk. I want to leave you with something that took me a long time to believe. Getting out of debt is not about being perfect. It is not about having a large salary, or a windfall, or some lucky break. It is about making slightly better decisions consistently, over time. That's it. The Gulf professional who earns $2,000 a month and has a plan is in a better position than the one who earns $10,000 and has none. You are not behind because you're not smart enough. You are behind because no one gave you the roadmap. Now you have it. Start this week. If you found this useful, I want you to know there's a lot more where this came from. Crypode.com is a personal finance platform built specifically for Gulf professionals, covering debt, halal investing, Islamic finance, retirement planning, side income, and more. All of it is designed for the reality you're actually living in. The link is in the description. It's free. Go explore it. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, a colleague, a friend, a family member who's been struggling quietly, share this video with them. You might be helping more than you know. I'll see you in the next one.